Active Imagination Challenge. Visualize your inner world. The hidden conversation. Right now, as you're watching this video, there's a conversation happening inside you that you're probably not even aware of. Your unconscious mind is processing, creating, and communicating through images, feelings, and symbols that rarely make it to your conscious awareness. But what if I told you that you could learn to actively participate in this conversation? What if you could develop a direct relationship with the deepest parts of yourself? This is exactly what Carl Jung discovered when he developed what he called active imagination, a technique so powerful that it not only transformed his own life but became one of the cornerstones of modern psychology. Today, I'm going to guide you through this profound practice, and by the end of this video, you'll have experienced your own active imagination session. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a dream so vivid that it stayed with you for days? Or maybe you've caught yourself daydreaming, only to realize that the images or scenarios playing in your mind felt unusually meaningful. That's your unconscious mind trying to communicate with you. The problem is, most of us never learn how to listen, let alone how to engage in a meaningful dialogue with these deeper parts of ourselves. Jung believed that within each of us lies a vast, unexplored territory, our unconscious mind. And just like any relationship, the one with your unconscious requires attention, curiosity, and active participation. Active imagination is the bridge that connects your conscious mind with this hidden world, allowing you to access wisdom, creativity, and healing that you never knew existed within you. What is active imagination? So what exactly is active imagination? It's not daydreaming, and it's not meditation in the traditional sense. Active imagination is a conscious technique where you deliberately engage with the images, figures, and scenarios that emerge from your unconscious mind. You're not just passively observing, you're actively participating in a dialogue with your inner world. Think of it this way. Your unconscious mind is constantly creating a kind of inner movie, complete with characters, landscapes, and stories. Most of the time, we either ignore this movie or dismiss it as meaningless. But Jung discovered that if you pay attention to these images and actually engage with them, ask questions, have conversations, explore the landscapes, something remarkable happens. You begin to understand parts of yourself that have been hidden from conscious awareness. This isn't about controlling your imagination or forcing specific images to appear. It's about creating a space where your unconscious can express itself freely, and then meeting it with curiosity and respect. When you do this consistently, you start to notice patterns, recurring figures, and symbolic messages that can provide profound insights into your life. Jung described active imagination as a way of giving voice to the voiceless parts of the psyche. We all have aspects of ourselves that we've suppressed, ignored, or never fully developed. Through active imagination, these parts can finally speak. They might appear as wise figures offering guidance, as challenging opponents forcing us to confront our fears, or as creative energies waiting to be expressed. The key difference between active imagination and regular fantasy is intention and engagement. In fantasy, you're usually escaping from reality or fulfilling wishes. In active imagination, you're seeking to understand reality more deeply by exploring the symbolic language of your unconscious. You're not trying to solve problems with your rational mind. You're allowing your deeper wisdom to emerge through images and interactions. Jung's discovery and why it matters. Carl Jung's discovery of active imagination came during one of the most challenging periods of his life. After his break with Freud, Jung went through what he called his confrontation with the unconscious, a period of intense psychological turmoil that lasted several years. Rather than trying to suppress or analyze away his disturbing dreams and visions, Jung decided to engage with them directly. He would sit quietly and allow images to emerge from his unconscious, then actively participate in whatever scenarios unfolded. Sometimes he would find himself in conversations with mysterious figures, exploring strange landscapes, or witnessing symbolic dramas. Instead of dismissing these experiences as mere fantasy, Jung treated them as meaningful communications from his deeper self. This practice became the foundation for much of his later work, including his understanding of archetypes, the collective unconscious, and the process of individuation, the lifelong journey towards psychological wholeness. Jung realized that the unconscious wasn't just a storage place for repressed memories, as Freud had suggested, but a creative and wise part of the psyche that could guide healing and growth. But why does this matter for you? Because Jung's discovery reveals something fundamental about human nature. We all have access to a source of wisdom and creativity that goes beyond our everyday thinking mind. When you learn to engage with your unconscious through active imagination, you're not just accessing personal insights, you're tapping into what Jung called the collective unconscious, the shared symbolic language of humanity. This is why active imagination can be so transformative. It's not just about understanding yourself better, though it certainly does that. It's about recognizing that you have access to a wellspring of wisdom, creativity, and healing that exists within you right now. Many people spend their entire lives looking for answers outside themselves, never realizing that their unconscious mind is constantly offering guidance through dreams, intuitions, and symbolic experiences. When you develop a relationship with your unconscious through active imagination, you begin to live more authentically. You start to understand your patterns, your deeper motivations, and your true potential. You also become more creative, because you're accessing the same source that inspires artists, writers, and innovators throughout history. The challenge: your first active imagination session. Now comes the most important part of this video, your active imagination challenge. I'm going to guide you through a simplified version of this practice, but remember, this is just the beginning. Active imagination is a skill that deepens with practice, so don't worry if your first experience isn't earth-shattering. The goal is simply to establish contact with your unconscious mind. First, find a comfortable position where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Unlike meditation, where you might focus on emptying your mind, in active imagination, you're going to invite images to emerge. Don't force anything. Just create a space of receptive attention. Now, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a forest. This forest represents your unconscious mind, mysterious, vast, and full of life. Notice what you see, hear, and feel. What does this forest look like to you? Is it dark and foreboding, or bright and welcoming? There's no right or wrong answer. Just notice what emerges. Take a few steps into the forest. As you walk, pay attention to the path beneath your feet, the sounds around you, and the quality of light filtering through the trees. You're not trying to create a perfect visualization. You're simply being present to whatever your unconscious mind presents to you. Now, here's the crucial part. See if anyone or anything appears in this forest. It might be a person, an animal, or even an abstract figure. Don't dismiss anything as silly or meaningless. Your unconscious speaks in symbols, and every image has potential significance. If a figure appears, approach it with curiosity and respect. Introduce yourself and ask if it has something to tell you. This might feel awkward at first. You're essentially having a conversation with a part of yourself, but trust the process. Listen to whatever response emerges, even if it seems to come from nowhere. You might ask questions like, "Who are you? What do you represent in my life? What do you want me to know?" Don't analyze the responses as they come. Just receive them with openness. Your rational mind will have plenty of time to process the experience later. If no figure appears, that's perfectly fine. Simply continue exploring this inner landscape. Notice the details, the texture of tree bark, the sound of wind, the feeling of earth beneath your feet. Your unconscious might be communicating through the environment itself. Spend a few minutes in this inner world, exploring and interacting with whatever you encounter. Remember, you're not trying to solve problems or find specific answers. You're simply building a relationship with your unconscious mind. When you feel ready, thank any figures you've encountered and slowly make your way back to the edge of the forest. Take a moment to appreciate this inner landscape, knowing that you can return anytime you choose. Then, gently bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings and open your eyes. Integration and making it real. Now that you've experienced your first active imagination session, the real work begins. The images, figures, and interactions you just experienced aren't random. They're meaningful communications from your unconscious mind. But their value lies not just in the experience itself, but in how you integrate these insights into your daily life. Jung emphasized that active imagination is only half the process. The other half is what he called integration, taking the wisdom and insights you've gained and allowing them to transform how you live. This is where many people get stuck. They have profound experiences in their inner world but fail to let these experiences change their outer world. Start by writing down everything you remember from your active imagination session. Don't worry about making it coherent or meaningful. Just capture the raw experience. What did you see? Who did you meet? What did they say or do? How did the experience feel in your body? As you write, pay attention to any emotions that arise. Sometimes the most important insights come not from the content of the experience, but from the feelings it evokes. Did you feel afraid, curious, sad, or excited? These emotional responses often point to important themes in your life. Look for connections between your inner experience and your outer life. If you met a wise figure in your imagination, what wisdom might you need in your current situation? If you explored a dark cave, what aspects of yourself might you be afraid to examine? If you walk through a beautiful garden, what parts of your life are flourishing or need more attention? The goal isn't to create elaborate interpretations or psychoanalyze every detail. Instead, you're looking for patterns, themes, and messages that resonate with your lived experience. Trust your intuition. You'll know when something feels significant. Consider how you might honor the insights you've received. If a figure in your imagination asked you to be more courageous, what would that look like in your daily life? If you discovered a hidden talent or creative energy, how might you express it? The integration process is about making these inner discoveries real in your outer world. Remember, active imagination is most powerful when practiced regularly. Consider setting aside time each week to return to your inner world. You might revisit the same forest, or you might explore entirely new landscapes. The key is consistency and genuine curiosity about what your unconscious mind wants to share with you. Your inner world awaits. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to recognize something profound. You've just taken a step into a world that most people never even know exists. You've begun to develop a relationship with the deepest, most creative parts of yourself. This isn't just a psychological exercise. It's a doorway to living more authentically, more creatively, and more fully. Jung once said that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Active imagination is one of the most powerful tools we have for this journey of becoming. Through regular practice, you'll discover aspects of yourself that have been waiting patiently for your attention. You'll find sources of wisdom, creativity, and healing that you never knew existed within you. But here's what I want you to remember. This is just the beginning. Today's experience was like dipping your toe into an ocean of possibility. Your unconscious mind has been waiting your entire life for this kind of attention, and it has so much more to share with you. I challenge you to make active imagination a regular part of your life. Set aside time each week to return to your inner world. Notice how your relationship with your unconscious deepens over time. Pay attention to how insights from your inner work begin to transform your outer life. Most importantly, trust yourself. Trust that your unconscious mind has wisdom to offer. Trust that the images and experiences that emerge are meaningful, even when they don't make immediate sense. Trust that you have everything you need within you to live a life of depth, creativity, and authenticity. Your inner world is vast, mysterious, and uniquely yours. It's been waiting for you to explore it, to listen to it, and to learn from it. The question is, are you ready to accept the invitation? If this video has sparked something within you, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. What did you discover in your active imagination session? What figures or landscapes emerged for you? Your sharing might inspire others to begin their own journey into the depths of their inner world. And if you're hungry for more content like this, more explorations of Jung psychology, more techniques for self-discovery, more invitations to live more authentically, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your journey into the depths of your psyche is just beginning, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Remember, you are not just a surface-level being struggling through life. You are a deep, complex, creative soul with access to wisdom and insight that can transform not only your own life but the lives of everyone around you. Your inner world is waiting. The question is, will you answer its call?